even though he had just signed a new deal, clearly he wanted to get that one final, bite of the apple before he retires or before he no longer is a significant NFL wide receiver. I don't fault him for that, but I don't think the Bills could credibly give him a new contract with like 3 or 4 years left on his prior deal. Um, I think that leads you to some conclusions about how you feel about Stephon Diggs. In terms of the on-field play, there has been so much written about it this offseason in terms of why he fell off in the second half. I don't think there's any one clear answer. I don't think it's one thing. I think it was probably a combination of the OC change, how teams were defending him, how he was used a little more at the line of scrimmage on screens and stuff with Joe Brady versus with Ken Dorsey. But ESPN has a number. This will get Bills fans happy after they hated me for ranking the Bills 24th. ESPN has a metric. They have receiver tracking metrics, one of which is open score, which tracks how well you are, how good you are at getting open. Very simply on a second by second basis, whether you're throwing the ball or not, based on the NFL's tracking data, where you were, how good you are at getting yourself open. And for the last several years, Stephon Diggs has been great at getting himself open. He's been in the top five, I think in the top 10 each of the prior 4 seasons before last year. He was 67 this past year in Buffalo. I mean, the data suggested, doesn't mean it's guaranteed, the data suggested he had fallen off significantly at that point of his career. I'm not I'm not qualified. I don't feel confident enough in my receiver judging ability based on watching tape to say I feel the same way. But I believe if the Bills still thought Stephon Diggs was a top 5 receiver, a top 10 receiver, even given what was going on behind closed doors, even given that he had been frustrating, they would have found a way to make this work. They would have floated him some money that hadn't been guaranteed into a guarantee. They would have found a way to find this to make sense. I don't think you make this trade unless you feel like he's faded from being that guy. And if the data says as much, and Brandon Beane seems to think as much, well, maybe the Bills won't miss Stephon Diggs as much as maybe the majority of people are making it out to be right now.